Hi, I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Rihanna, and welcome back to Fresh Off the Broke.
Fresh Off the Broke is about personal experiences growing up Asian American in a predominantly white community, Asian media, and Asian pop culture in general. Race has always been a sensitive topic. Every day there are debates over race. With our podcast, we intend to shed light on the experiences of first-generation Asian immigrants, not put them on a pedestal.
We understand that race isn't everything, but there should be an acknowledgement of people of color, the knowledge gap, and the racial divide that will ideally be broken. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into the episode. Today we will be talking about the Asian goodbye.
Now, before we get started with the episode, we just wanted to say happy anniversary!
Yay!
Happy Fobiversary!
Fobiversary.
Happy birthday, Fob! Happy Fob Day!
Fob Day, Fobiversary. Fob Birthday.
Fob's Day.
Fob Day.
Fobe. It sounds like you added an E with an accent at the end.
Fob
Like
yeah.
an overpriced restaurant.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that should be our restaurant name.
That's our next
Fobe.
that's our next business endeavor.
Yeah.
Well, happy anniversary. Can you
Yay.
guys believe how long it's been? We're on year we're on year 4, right?
Really?
Or is it year? I'm not really sure how it works because if it's your third anniversary, does that mean you're going on year 4 or you know what I mean?
That is true. But
So it's
also
been 3
technically,
years because we started in 2020.
yeah.
Like that's a fact.
No, then it's been 3 years,
Yes,
technically.
and we're
3 years.
on the 4th year.
Yes.
We're starting the 4th year.
Yes. Oh man. Technically we started like 6 years ago. Well, no. 6 is a lot. 5, right? When we started our original
Our
stairwell
stairwell
chats.
podcast.
Yeah. The unofficial podcast, but the original podcast.
Yeah, I guess so. It would have been funny if we had started recording in the stairwell. That was actually an idea that we had.
Yeah, we were
But then
going to.
logistically, we weren't really sure how to figure that out.
Yeah.
We were gonna find a closet in the school to do it too, but then COVID happened. And
Yeah.
also logistically, I don't know how plausible that would have been.
Yeah. So
But hey, this
technically
beats the
things work out.
stairwell.
It does.
Well, things of course have worked out. We're here. It's been 3 years.
That's
That's amazing.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much for following us all these 3 years. I don't know what you were thinking.
Shout out to all the people who we worked with. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, for real. Shout out to all the people that appeared on our episode. We love all of you.
Or
Thank
even
you
just
for
connected with
joining
on
us
social
from
media.
day one.
Yeah.
And the newcomers. We love all of you.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Yeah. Let's just look back real quick at some of these episodes.
Oh God.
Do you have certain topics or certain episodes that you liked the most or that you just have certain, I guess, memories associated with them?
I think I'd say the one like I liked the most well, I liked this the most because it was very like there was a lot of research involved and it felt good to talk about was the sex tourism.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that was
That
very like
episode was I'm trying to look for it right now. Oh, is it
was it even an episode? Or was it
Yes,
just
it was. What
okay,
happened was we had an episode and then we made and like a slideshow, an infographics slideshow
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
as a side thing and posted it on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
That was not the main topic of the episode, if that's what you're asking.
Okay, yeah. Because I remember we did the Instagram thing, but I remember like specifically there wasn't exactly a whole episode on it. Which honestly, at this
Mm.
point, I'd be down to do a full episode dedicated
I
to
think
it.
it was a yellow fever episode.
Yeah, it was. It was. What about you? What's an episode you or a topic that you look back on and
Hmm. I don't know if I can think of one. Because the thing is, there are just certain topics that I felt really, or certain conversations that I felt really satisfied coming out of.
Mhm.
You know, when you have those deep conversations, those meaningful conversations where you come out of it and you feel satisfied because it's like, that was a great conversation, or I'm really
Mhm.
glad we had that talk.
Mhm.
There's, I mean, I guess I feel that with basically every episode, but
Mhm.
let me see. Hmm. Oh, this one is more of a wholesome, cute looking back. I thought the episode where we did the comparison of Chinese and Filipino culture was pretty cute when we were
Yeah, that
doing the
was cute.
how do you say this or how do you guys express this? I thought that was
Mhm.
pretty cute. I liked our rating racist jokes one because that one was very
Yeah.
the energy was very what's the word? It was very deadpan.
Yeah. It was a good episode to like film or record.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the gentrification of Asian food, that one, the transnational gentrification. Um,
Mm.
I thought the Hapu experience with Nina was a really unique conversation.
Oh, yes. That was fun. It's just so many.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop here. There's a lot. I'm happy with the fact that we have this podcast because we're able to
Mhm.
make, I guess, a comprehensive conversation about something. Because all these topics are things that are really important, but you might not necessarily be able to just talk about this all the time or just with anyone
Mhm.
with no preparation because you can't necessarily sit down and just go off to someone about
Mhm.
let me see the Asian American slash Asian immigrant dream.
Mhm.
That might be a
Yeah.
lot for that
Yeah,
person.
it was.
And so I'm glad that we do it here. Also, learn how to pronounce our names. One.
Oh, that one was fun.
Oh, and then the time that we played that horror game, that was a unique experience.
Oh, yeah. That was okay. Probably not my favorite episode.
That was a unique experience for sure.
I was terrified.
Oh, I like the stop Google translating your tattoos episode.
That was fun too. That
That
was
was
fun looking
funny.
for those.
Mm-hmm.
Man, reminiscing.
Mm-hmm.
So nostalgic.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, thank you guys.
Mm-hmm. Let us know what you want to see, or I guess what you want to hear
Mhm.
from us, because we're always happy to get your input and your ideas, because this is our podcast. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Just because you're not the one that is behind the mic per se doesn't mean that the podcast isn't yours as well.
Mhm.
Because how do I put this? You listen, or at least I would hope so, because you think that it's a worthwhile listen. And so we want to make or cover more things that maybe you're concerned about that we haven't talked about yet, or maybe we could go more in depth into, because sometimes there are subtopics within our episode where you might hear us say, and that's a whole episode on its own. If you
Yeah,
ever want to actually hear one of those, let us know.
please. We'd love to.
And hey, if you wanna come on, shoot a message.
Yeah, let us know.
We'll think about it. I'm
Mhm.
kidding. Happy anniversary, y'all.
Happy anniversary.
Happy Fobiversary.
So going back to, the episode itself, after our little trip down memory lane, this
You
episode,
know,
yes.
sorry. Maybe I think for an upcoming milestone, or maybe like a one further down the line,
Mhm.
we should do a tier list, or do something where we sit and actually look down memory lane. You know what I mean? I think that'd be cute and
Yeah,
fun.
that would be fun.
Anyways,
Let
you were
us know.
saying, stop.
But yes, today's episode is a FOB Facts episode.
Second
And
installment.
yes, we have done this before, but in case you are forgetting what FOB Facts are, these are kind of like almost survival guides on how to deal with certain situations. So this episode is going to be the Asian goodbyes installment of FOB Facts. So we're going to talk
Yeah.
about what Asian goodbyes are, what it would look like a typical Asian goodbye cycle or pathway would look like, and how to survive the Asian goodbye cycle, or how to get
Hmm.
out if that's even personally. I haven't gotten out
I'm still
properly.
in one.
Yeah, I'm still stuck. um I might have to go early in the episode to go say goodbye to the rest of the family again for the thousandth time, so just a heads up. But yeah.
Oh, and if this topic sounds familiar to you, it's because we did an episode called Not So Subtle Asian Traits, where we mentioned Asian goodbyes as a subtopic.
Mhm.
And we went through we very briefly went through the stages of the Asian goodbye.
Mhm.
And that
So
was an episode.
it's going to be way more in depth today.
Hmm.
So, in terms of what an Asian goodbye would look like and where it would happen, let me paint the picture for you. So, imagine you are at a family gathering. Maybe it's a birthday, maybe it's an anniversary, maybe it's like, I don't know, a
Maybe it's a
holiday.
Fobiversary.
Yeah, it's Fobiversary. You're hanging out with your family because you should be. Actually, no, 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 no. I don't think Fobiversary are family events. Chosen family
What?
events.
You don't think this is
I don't think that we should subject people to hanging out with their families on the Fobiversary. They should hang out with who they choose to hang out with on
your
Fobiversary.
chosen family? I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Period. Actually,
So,
yeah, because I feel like that's a part of what we do or what we
yeah,
talk about.
yeah. I don't think we should be having
Cue
people.
me talking about wanting to move out.
Yeah, exactly. But Asian goodbye at a family event, and it happens. Honestly, it could happen anytime, but it happens when you decide to leave or when someone decides to leave, which is typically near the end of the night, Or, okay, let's say it's like an evening to nighttime hangout or an evening to nighttime gathering. So let's say it started around like 4 or 5. I'd say the earliest goodbye would happen around 9. And that would be someone being like, oh, really have to go around 9 o'clock. That person would not leave until 11 at least. If they verbally say we're leaving at 9 o'clock, they're actually gone by 11. And we'll get more into detail about the whole process of it. But I think this is the complete opposite of an Irish goodbye. And if you are not aware of what an Irish goodbye is,
Don't worry, I didn't know either.
yeah, I also just recently learned about what an Irish goodbye. Well, actually, no, I haven't. I just recently learned that the term was an Irish goodbye. Um, but this is when you leave without telling anybody at all. You just dip. And from my understanding, Irish goodbyes typically happen at like a bar when everyone's, a little bit drunk or like it's a drinking situation. Um, and you just decide like I'm gonna take a good Irish goodbye, maybe pretend to head off to the bathroom and just leave by yourself. An Asian goodbye is the complete opposite. You tell everybody and anybody that you're leaving. You say goodbye to everybody and you don't leave fast. You leave at the slowest pace possible, even if you don't want to leave at the slowest pace possible.
I kind of wonder where this all came from. Who was the first one? Who
Mm-hmm.
started the Asian goodbye?
Yeah. And I also wonder if like maybe this is just like a POC thing, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Let us
know either.
know.
I've never really heard, I haven't really had a conversation about this with anyone before.
Mm-hmm.
Just never came up.
Yeah.
Not to say let us know again, but let us know if you've
Yeah,
ever
please.
experienced. Huh, I guess I never thought about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, as Rihanna was saying, Asian goodbyes are as slow and uh, painful as possible to the point where you don't know if you'll ever leave.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're
Flashbacks.
scaring people away from
Yeah.
never go to an a family gathering. So let us break down an Asian goodbye. Let us break it down into each individual stage. Like what are they called? The 5 stages of grief. Welcome to let me count very quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Welcome to oh wow, that's the auspicious number. The lucky number. Welcome to the 8 stages of the Asian goodbye.
Hell yeah.
Wow, I can't believe we didn't do that intentionally. Okay, welcome. Hello. The hellos. Can you imagine if the hellos were as long as the goodbye?
Oh God.
I'd never go anywhere.
I can't
Okay,
imagine it.
let's begin. So first, you begin by announcing that you're leaving to yourself and then everyone around you. So you're saying like, "Hey, we're about to go," or "Hey, we should get going." Very standard. You probably thought that was obvious. And
Mhm.
then I guess depending on the size of the gathering, you would maybe go around the location that you're in and say goodbye to everyone there. So I guess if it was a big family party, then you might go up to certain relatives and say, "Hey, we're gonna go now.
Mhm.
Bye." And the thing is, you will get stuck in conversations as you do that because sometimes people, I guess they just think of things to say, or they realize they have something to ask you, so they're gonna ask you, or maybe even they'll say something along the line of "We should meet again sometime,"
Mhm.
and then that sentence starts into a planning, and then you're kind of there's a pause there because of these little sub conversations
Mhm.
happening.
Mhm. So after this point, you would want to gather the people that you're leaving with. So typically, the person to announce, like, I'm leaving would be like a parent, um,
The
or
leader
like,
of the pack.
yeah, the leader essentially. So let's just say it's like the mom of the family. The mom would start to gather the kids, all the kids, like typically it's like the youngest one first, and get the teenager out or whatever. And maybe like you're bringing someone home, you want to bring that person. And of course, to gather these people, you have to walk around, I guess, let's just say it's a house, the house that you're at. Um, and because you're walking around, you're seeing more people that you need to say goodbye to. So every time you see a new person while on the hunt to find the people that you're leaving with, you have to continue entire conversations with these people saying bye. Um, and again, as you gather the people you're leaving with, you might go back to a person you've already said bye with. But you're like, you tell your kid, or again, saying that you're the mom, you tell your kid, oh, you need to say bye to this person. And then that sparks up another conversation. And it just, at this point, it feels endless. Having been the kid and having been brought along throughout the entire house, talking to every single person, it's essentially just that's the family event at that point. Because you're just there forever, starting conversations, watching like a parent have a conversation, come get you, and then start up the same conversation with the same person, but you're there. So it's like a whole nother conversation in and of itself. Like it's insane. And at this point, once you've gathered everybody that you're leaving with the whole pack there, you finally find the host and you initiate the conversation with the host
I'm
about,
getting
I'm
stressed
leaving.
out.
I know, right? And I'm like reliving this in my head. Um, and again, this isn't like there's always variation. So personally, once we finally reach the let's find the host stage, I've gone back to where I was because I know this is another 2 hours at minimum once you finally have to say goodbye to the host. So typically, once the parent finds the host or the leader finds the host, um, the whole group has dispersed, already gone, completely just gone back straight to where they were before. Um, so once you finally get to the host, you say your goodbyes. You start a conversation with the host, talking about either the event and then just slowly talking about literally anything. And once you bring up the goodbye again near the beginning or the end of that conversation with the host, typically the host will be like, hey, let's get you some food to take home. Because again, Asian culture, you know, food is a big form of showing like appreciation. So people are
I
sent home
love
with food.
Asian food.
I know, right? So the host, while this conversation is happening, will be, oh, let me send you some food to take home. And the banter will normally be like, oh no, that's way too much food. Like, save some for you. I don't need this much. It's okay. And it will start a whole other conversation about food and fighting about food and who's taking what home, how much you're taking home. It's a whole nother thing in itself.
That happens at restaurants too.
It does.
Big family meal.
Hmm. And don't even get started on like the bill argument, which we have talked about before. But yeah, luckily at events that happen in like houses and stuff, or like venues, if it's like a wedding or something, there is no bill to be paid, which is good. Um, but after the food pack up, which takes a while, you slowly head to the exit or like the door to go. And just a little with the variation, if the group has dispersed by the time that the food pack up has happened, you go back to the third point of gathering the people that you're leaving with and you start over because when the group is dispersed, you need to go throughout the house again to find everyone and say your third goodbyes or second goodbyes to everybody you've said goodbye with and gather your group again.
So you finally made it out. At least it seems that way at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You head to your car, or I guess if you're not driving, this could be an even more complicated situation, but we're going to talk about driving for now.
Mm-hmm.
So you're
Mm-hmm.
heading to your car, and there might be some conversation on the way to the car if your car is in the garage as opposed to a parking lot somewhere where you have to
Mm-hmm.
walk a distance.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get in the car. There's, if it's a family, the people that are leaving, then maybe the kids will get in, but the parents or whoever's driving might stay outside the car to finish this conversation that they're having.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could be everyone's in the car, but the windows are rolled down and you're having that conversation, which honestly it's so much.
Yeah, it's too much. Like, let's leave, please.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And
why do we
then
need this? We've been talking for 3 hours already.
yeah, and then the last step is you would think leave, right? But
Mm-hmm.
no, as you leave, you probably forget something and then you have to drive back, which I've actually had this happen before. It wasn't a family gathering. We were just visiting a family friend's house and we had dinner, hung out, whatever. But I think we left a jacket or we left some item. I don't know what it was, but we left something there and we had to drive back. And so you might forget something, you have to go back. And then if the party is still going, because if the party is over or if the gathering is over and you were leaving as it was ending, then maybe when you come back, it's just the host. There aren't really that many people there. But
Mm-hmm.
if you were an early departure and then you came back, oh, you're stuck there for a while.
Yeah, you're back at the party, man.
Mm-hmm. Come on, stay a little longer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting stressed.
It's not even like you reset to
I
the
can't do this
beginning of the
episode
goodbye
anymore.
sequence. You fully reset to when you first get to the party.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're just stuck there forever. Oh God. We need to end this episode before we both have like panic attack.
I'm getting stressed out.
Same.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Not to stress us out even more, but I'm already thinking about it. And my personal Asian goodbye experiences are always, they follow this like sequence exactly, which is why I like we wrote it this way, but it always takes hours and
Mm-hmm.
it always is a cycle because there's always something that like I forget or someone forgets or we just like I don't know. But for some reason we always go back. And
I think you just forget things on purpose.
no,
Not you like
no.
Rihanna, but I think there's some level of purposeful. I believe it.
It's so
It becomes an unconscious habit.
honestly, yeah. It's like I have to fulfill the prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna unconsciously forget something.
Or maybe you're just in such a rush, or at least as much of a rush as you can be to leave, that you forget something.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's the curse of you trying to leave
yeah.
early.
Honestly, yeah. And sometimes it's even just like we get a call and it's the host being like, "You forgot this bag of food that I packed for you." And
hmm
obviously, you can't say no to that because it's like, I
I think
packed
my
this for
parents
you.
would.
What do your goodbyes look like?
I haven't, I've had Asian goodbyes. I haven't had many of them though,
Hmm.
because my family isn't super close, uh, both in distance per se and then in heart.
Mm,
So I haven't had that many Asian goodbyes, family wise. I've had some Asian family friend Asian goodbyes,
mm,
and they do generally follow the cycle, but there aren't as many steps just because there aren't as many of us.
mm,
So we're not stuck there for that long. But the thing
mm,
about forgetting stuff or the conversation that keeps going as they're sending you out of the house, like as they're escorting you out of the house or
mm,
things like that, or the food stuff, all that is very familiar.
mm,
I also haven't really been to an Asian family or Asian gathering in a while.
mm.
I want to say for about as long, if not longer, than we've had this podcast.
Hmm. Is that like just because like COVID or just in general?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Hmm.
I think because, like I said, my family isn't super close,
Mm,
so we wouldn't have had a family gathering anyways.
mm. I see.
So I guess it's just partially the fact that because of COVID, there weren't really any family gatherings. But also,
Hmm.
I don't know, we don't really do house visits.
Hmm. I see.
So, ironically enough, my Asian goodbye segment was short.
I love that, I think.
You think?
In terms of surviving the Asian goodbye cycle, or not even surviving, but just keeping your sanity at a reasonable level during an Asian goodbye cycle, there are a few tips. And I will say there are ways to technically like break the sequence and leave, but personally, I haven't really pulled it off. I've thought
I
I
can't
have.
say I have either.
Mm. I think one time I was able to, and then we forgot something, and then we had to go back.
Oh,
Um,
I think I just thought of something. It's not necessarily a family gathering, but I used to be friends with a person that was Asian that would we would have the longest goodbye on the phone. Not in a you hang up, no, you hang up way, but because uh even though I said I had to go, she would keep going. And then
mm,
the weird thing was that it would end when she said she had to go. And I don't know if that was a
uh,
psychological thing that was going on there. I can't say because I don't know. I can't read her
uh-huh,
mind, but
uh-huh.
it would always be I say like that I had to go because I did have to go for whatever reason that I had to go. And then she would keep talking or I guess kind of mimic the Asian goodbye thing.
Hmm.
And then she would say, "Okay, I have to go." And then we'd hang up. And
Hmm.
I was never sure what to make of that. That wasn't the reason why we stopped being friends, but but
Key.
I can't say I missed those phone calls.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. That sounds draining.
What was draining?
The phone calls.
Uh-huh. I
Much
can
like
tell
an
you who it
Asian
is
good bye.
later.
Tea. So guys, I need to leave. I need to cut this podcast short so I can hear the tea. Okay.
Bye.
Anyways. Bye guys. Um, I think the most realistic thing to say or to do to keep your sanity is that if you're with your parents, like if you're not the leader of your group, just stay on your phone. Just be on that. Don't look up, don't ask questions. Time will go faster if you just let yourself be engrossed with whatever's on your phone. Because the more that you look up and just ask, like, are we leaving? Or just look up to see if people are moving, you're not going to.
Hmm. Also,
Or
I guess you can say, I think, don't they say that the more you fixate on time, the slower it seems to be
yep,
going?
yep, pretty much. Ooh, another one. Kind of like being on your phone. Just eat. Eat as much food as you can. Um, you're essentially just once the Asian goodbye cycle or sequence starts, it's not actually like you're saying goodbye. This is just a an extension of the part. It's part of the party, part of the event. So just leave if you've been gathered by the leader of your pack. I like how we're using these terms, but
We're talking about animals. I mean,
yeah,
humans aren't animals, but it sounds like we're
yeah,
talking about the animal kingdom when we're
yeah,
doing a nature documentary.
yeah. If the leader of your pack has gathered you to say goodbye, don't feel obligated to stay. Go leave, go get food, whenever, because you will be there for a while. It's better to at least have fun during the or as much fun as you can when this sequence starts. Because if you just stick beside your parents' side or stick beside whoever you're leaving with, you're gonna be bored. Because typically conversations like only involve the person that's gathering everyone and the host. You're not really involved in those conversations. You're just there for decoration. So just leave.
Get out as fast as you can. That's all I can say.
Yeah, honestly, just run.
Make a run for it. What do you think would happen if you made a run for it and then the host saw you? Like, where are you going?
You'd probably, if you made a run for it to go home, regardless of how far you lived, you'd probably make it there faster than
Imagine you skip the
whoever you're going
car.
home with. Yeah,
You just
you no, like
run.
you like run, like actually like run, no car, no transportation, just even walking home, regardless. If it was an hour long drive, you're making it home faster. So just run.
Honestly, yeah, I think you would save. I agree.
At least an hour.
I can see that
Yeah. I think
because the the walk or the run, even though that could be a 3 hour trip,
yeah.
like by the time they finish and are starting to leave, you are pretty close to home.
Yeah.
You may be
You make it there.
exhausted.
But at least you're home
Yeah.
and not in the sequence. You're not
Hmm.
stuck. In terms of wanting to break out of the cycle, again, I personally have not pulled this off properly. Tiffany hasn't either. But you gotta speak up. That's the only way. So, for
You might
example,
just have to be rude.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you have to. Um, an easy one, which this kind of isn't like breaking the cycle because it's right at the end. But if you're in the car stage of the goodbye and you're already buckled in, so like you have to be buckled in. This is the key. You got to say you need to go to the bathroom now because if you do not have your seatbelt on, they're gonna say, "Oh, just head back in," and you're done. Like you're back in the
Wait,
party.
whoa, wait. Not to rebuke the scenario, but
Mhm.
can't you just can't they still say that even if you have your seatbelt on?
You can, but
I
I
feel
think
like that would happen to me.
I feel I've done this before, and
And
if
it
you do it
worked?
in a way that's like we need to go, like we need to go now, like I have to go home because
Oh,
I
like an
think
emergency.
yeah. Because
Okay,
if you're
got it.
buckled in and you say it with a level of urgency, depending on what your parents are like or whoever's taking you home, they're probably going to understand that you need the home bathroom for that. You know what I mean?
Jeez.
Yeah.
Thought you
Um,
meant peeing.
oh no, not like a, oh, I just need to go to the bathroom real quick. Like a,
Yeah,
you
I
need to
thought you
go
meant like, oh,
now.
I really have to go to the bathroom. Like, I really have to pee.
No, I'm talking like you have to commit because there's no other way. Because again, if you're not buckled in, and also buckled in, meaning like you have all the food in the car with you as well. So typically you would be holding it or like it would be beside you and like, you're already settled in the car. So it would be a hassle to get out.
Hmm.
So it just has to be like the correct environment. If not, you're screwed. But that's one of them. I think another one, which kind of hit or miss, but fake a phone call and say like, hey, something came up, emergency, gotta go. Um, and typically that one does end in like, hey, like come back. Like, you better come back. We have some food for you. We're gonna do something. Um, whatever. But I have found that if you combine this phone call with, let's say, like you say it's a work emergency or a school emergency, anything school related is your best bet. So maybe you fake a phone call. Maybe you just pretend to see a text on your phone and you have to exclaim, like, hey, I have schoolwork or I have a school related thing I have to go to right now. Gotta go. And again, you really, really, really need to lay on that sense of urgency in this. That is the most important part. So the combination of the urgency plus maybe the phone call or faking it, getting a text, plus it being about school, that's your best bet.
Yeah, I can see it.
Personally, I have tried this. It has worked, but again, sometimes I'll just forget something and
At
I
that point,
have
just
to
leave
go
it
back.
there.
Yeah. Um, but school or work, depending on, your life situation, that's your best bet. Good luck.
They're gonna need it.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all. I hate to break it to you, but we kind of have to go.
Yeah.
This this has been really great. I had a great time.
Honestly, yeah. Uh, thank you for having us. We really did enjoy this. The food was
You
great.
outdid yourself.
We really did. Um,
I had a lovely time. This was a lovely place you have here.
mhm. Thank you for inviting us for the Fobiversary
Hmm.
today.
We're gonna get going now.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
are. Oh, no, it's okay. We don't want any food. It's all right. It's really all right.
Yeah, I'm leaving the city
Mhm.
tomorrow, so
Yeah. Yeah. We got an early flight for related business, you know.
mhm.
Um, oh wait, sorry, I'm getting a call. Hold on, 1 second.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, it's the CEO um of FOB. We gotta go.
Oh my
We're
goodness.
we're already
Okay.
late for something.
Oh my
So
gosh. Okay. We
yeah,
have to
we
go.
gotta
Okay.
go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tiffany, roll up the window.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh shoot, Rian, I forgot my phone.
No, we don't need your
We'll just
phone. We're
we'll just get
going.
another one. It's fine. It's fine. It doesn't
We're gone.
matter.
We're gone. Done. Oh wait, Tiffany, I think I also forgot.
What do you mean? You were just on a phone call.
I left it.
You know what? No.
We're going on
If
this
I
flight
can't
without a
get my phone, you can't get your phone. That is not fair.
Anyways, bye y'all. Just cold end the episode right here.
Once again, happy anniversary. Happy Fobiversary. Another year. We want to thank you for tuning in all these years. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And today, if you're new, and just in general, thanks for tuning
Mhm.
in.
Yeah. Love
This means a
y'all.
lot.
It does.
The fact that you just listen to us talk about things. What are you doing?
So true. I mean, like, thank you from the bottom of our hearts, but
Yeah.
not but. Just
Thank
that's
you.
crazy.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Leave a comment down below sharing your Asian goodbye experience. Where are there more stages? Did we miss one? Have you ever experienced an Irish goodbye? Have you ever initiated or have you ever committed an Irish goodbye? Sounds like a crime.
Yeah, what are your Asian goodbyes like?
Mhm.
Let us know.
Mhm.
Well, if you guys like this episode and want to stay connected with us, gotta go. Sorry, phone call. Check out our website in the description. It contains links to our streaming platforms such as Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, and more. Follow us for more behind-the-scenes content, announcements, and other random things we decide to put out there.
See you next time.
Bye.
No, please. I'm not taking any food. Thank you so much.
Yeah, please. We need to go. Phone call. Sorry. Bye.
Bye. No, that's not my jacket.
Oh, God.
I'm wearing it.
What was that? I forgot food? I'll just pick it up next time. It's okay.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.